The Valdari Armada stretched across the void like a metallic ocean, 9,700 warships gleaming against the darkness of space. Each vessel bristled with weapons capable of glassing entire continents. Admiral Thexkar stood on the bridge of the flagship, his four eyes scanning the primitive blue planet ahead with contempt. Earth, a backwater world. Unremarkable except for one detail. Its inhabitants had refused the Galactic Collective's offer of subjugation. They dare resist us, Thexkar hissed through his translator. These humans will learn what happens to those who defy the Collective. On Earth, deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, Katniss Chen stared at the holographic display showing the incoming fleet. Her dark eyes reflected the red dots of enemy ships, thousands of them. As commander of Earth's planetary defense, she had prepared for this moment for 3 years, ever since the Collective's ultimatum arrived. "Ma'am, they're holding position at lunar orbit," reported Neo Martinez, her tactical officer. His fingers danced across the haptic interface coordinating Earth's defensive network. "They're probably expecting us to surrender." Katniss allowed herself a thin smile. "They don't know humans very well, do they?" Neo shook his head, a grim determination settling over his features. "No, ma'am. They really don't." The Valdari had made their first mistake by waiting. They had studied Earth's technology and deemed it primitive: chemical rockets, basic kinetic weapons, rudimentary energy shields. What they hadn't studied was human history. They didn't understand that humanity's greatest weapon wasn't technology at all. It was adaptability born from endless conflict. "Open a channel," Katniss ordered. Thexkar's reptilian face appeared on the screen, his expression dripping with arrogance. "Humans of Earth, you will turn your fleet around," Katniss interrupted, her voice ice cold. "You have 1 hour to leave our system. This is your only warning." The alien admiral's laugh was a guttural rasp. "You threaten me with what? Your primitive missiles? We have conquered 300 worlds. Your species has barely left its own planet. Surrender now and we will grant you the mercy of servitude." "Wrong answer," Katniss said and terminated the connection. Neo looked at her, waiting. She nodded once. "Activate protocol. Ragnarok." What happened next would be analyzed by xeno-military historians for generations. The Valdari assumed Earth's defenses would be concentrated in orbit, space stations, satellite weapons, maybe some defensive platforms. They were partially right. What they didn't expect was that humanity had weaponized literally everything. The moon, humanity's ancient companion, revealed its secret. Beneath its gray surface, 200 years of mining operations had created a honeycomb of tunnels. Now those tunnels erupted with electromagnetic railguns, each firing projectiles at a significant fraction of light speed. The moon had become a fortress. The first volley caught the Valdari completely off guard. 17 ships vanished in silent explosions before they could raise shields. "They're returning fire," Neo called out. "Lunar installations taking heavy damage. Phase 2. Katniss ordered calmly. Earth's oceans began to boil. Not from heat, but from the launch of 10,000 submarine-based missiles. Humanity had turned its vast oceans into the largest distributed weapons platform in the solar system. The missiles weren't sophisticated by galactic standards, but there were so many of them, and they moved in patterns that seemed almost alive. Swarm intelligence, learned from Earth's insects. The Valdari fleet began to break formation, their point defense systems overwhelmed. Hundreds more ships fell to the relentless swarm. Thexkar watched in growing horror as his fleet, the pride of the Collective, burned. How are these primitives doing this?" His tactical officer's voice trembled. "Admiral, we're detecting weapons fire from their planetary surface, from orbit, from their moon, even from—" The officer paused, disbelief in his voice. "From asteroids throughout the system. Sir, they've weaponized everything, indeed they had. For 3 years, humanity had worked in secret. Every asteroid mining operation had doubled as a weapons platform installation. Every satellite was armed. Every nation had contributed, setting aside centuries of conflict for a single purpose: survival." "Neo, status?" Katniss asked. "Enemy fleet down to 4,200 ships and falling. But we're taking losses too. Luna Base 7 is gone. Pacific Defense Grid is at 40%. Katniss's jaw tightened. Every casualty was a name, a family, a life. But she couldn't stop now. "Continue the assault. Launch the kinetic strike platforms." From Earth's orbit, massive tungsten rods began their descent. not toward the planet, but outward, accelerated by magnetic launchers to devastating speeds. They tore through Valdari ships like paper, but humanity's true masterstroke was yet to come. "They're trying to retreat," Neo reported. "Approximately 1-800 ships breaking formation, attempting to reach jump distance." "Deploy the network," Katniss said quietly. Throughout human history, humanity's deadliest predator had always been itself. Humans understood war in ways that species who conquered through technological superiority could never grasp. They understood deception, misdirection, and psychological warfare. The network was a distributed AI system, but unlike anything the Galactic Collective had encountered. It didn't control weapons. It predicted behavior. Fed by centuries of human military history, game theory, and psychology, it anticipated enemy movements with terrifying accuracy. As the Valdari ships fled, they found their escape routes blocked by precisely placed minefields. As they maneuvered, they moved directly into firing solutions for Earth's long-range weapons. The network had predicted every move, and humanity had positioned accordingly. The battle lasted 7 hours. When it was over, the void around Earth was filled with debris and the frozen bodies of those who had thought humanity an easy target. 17 ships remained from the Valdari Armada. 17 out of 9,700. Katniss opened a channel to the surviving vessels. Thexkar's face appeared again, but the arrogance was gone, replaced by naked fear. "You asked me what we would fight with," Katniss said. "We fought with everything. Every rock, every ocean, every weapon we could imagine. But most importantly, we fought with something you couldn't understand. The knowledge of 10,000 years of fighting each other. We are experts in war because we've never known peace." She leaned forward, her eyes hard. "Go back to your collective. Tell them what happened here. Tell them that Earth is not for conquest. Tell them that humanity will never kneel." Thexkar could only nod weakly. As the 17 ships limped away, Neo let out a long breath. "We did it." Katniss looked at the casualty reports scrolling across her screen. "Thousands dead. Infrastructure destroyed, but Earth remained free." "Yes," she said softly. "We did. And God help us, we'll do it again if we have to." The Valdari survivors would return to the Galactic Collective with a new designation for Earth: Quarantine Zone. Hostile contact prohibited. The humans, they reported, were not a primitive species to be conquered. They were a species that had spent millennia perfecting the art of survival through warfare. And in the vast, hostile universe, that made them the most dangerous species of all. Humanity, fuck yeah, the end.